In astronomy, an eon is defined as 1,000,000,000 years, the same length of time it took Benjamin Mai to create this flawless routine. From an empty hand, an imaginary ring is threaded onto your finger and materializes from nothing. Atoms collide to form a perfect silver band that vanishes, reappears, and dissolves through your fingers at will. Let's get into Aeon.
All the material you're about to learn is based on a few foundational moves. Aeon has something for all skill levels, from easy to difficult, but overall, you will find something of value in this project. The package you receive with this will not only benefit Aeon, but with any ring magic that you do with its specially machined rings to my specifications. They're laser cut to reduce friction, and they're the perfect weight and balance to enhance any performance.
Ring magic was the first magic outside of card magic I had ever explored. With Justin Miller's divorce routine blowing up back in 2014, 2015, it was blowing up, and was blowing up with good reason. It was blowing up because ring magic is a type of magic that is so easy and so organically justifiable. So as a young little lad, that was an area of magic that was super exciting. But other than Justin Miller's divorce and Justin Miller's light speed, there wasn't a lot of ring magic I had explored after that. And it wasn't until a handful of years later that I finally was able to purchase Odyssey by Kaylin Morelli. I loved Odyssey, and I have a lot of positive things to say about it. However, it is hard to transport. It is hard to bring with you places, because a lot like Aeon, Odyssey is a gimmick. However, I'm not sure you would call Aeon necessarily a gimmick, but we'll get into that later. So I buy Odyssey, and I play with it for a while. And then I go back on Illusionist, and then one day I notice they have a thing called the Circle, which takes all the ring magic you know and just expands upon it with a different technique. I also really enjoyed this. My ring magic knowledge was starting to increase, and I feel like I was finally starting to understand sleights that are similar with coin magic. And then finally, most recently, I discovered Aeon, which makes everything sort of come full circle. So I saw the trailer. I liked the trailer. It was $30. I sort of put it on the back burner. I'd figured that I'd get to it eventually. I wanted to focus on the Circle before I moved on. But then I brought it up to the Discord that Illusionists started themselves, and I asked a question. And I asked the question again in another jam table, and people sort of said, well, actually, this would help you with the Circle. This would actually make your job easier with the sleights that you learn in the Circle. So you know what? I just said, okay, let's get Aeon. Let's see what the gimmick is about, and let's have some fun. Now, I did go in skeptical because I really liked my black tungsten ring from Odyssey. Even though I had my gripes with the gimmick and the ring, I did really like it, and I wasn't sure if I was ready to completely let go of it. But the moment I opened up this package and I felt the ring, one, not only did I feel like it would make my sleights easier, I also knew this was going to be tarantula compatible. A big gripe I had with Odyssey was I could not use my tarantula with it. I would have to use it with something much lighter because the black tungsten ring is weighty for its size. It's not super easy to use with invisible thread. But this is very, very thread friendly. So right out the gate, I already had a good, positive first impression. And then I really started to play with it. I was really starting to feel it. I really was starting to understand what the friction coating was about. And I spent some time just learning the slights and using it for what I already did know. And then I spent a lot of time watching the tutorials. And the more I played with it, the more I sort of felt that I wish they weren't selling this as a gimmick. I think this is something in between. It's more of a modded ring. It's more of a custom ring. It's not necessarily a gimmick. And if you have Odyssey, you know very well that that is a gimmick. This, I don't think this qualifies as a gimmick, which in some people's eyes might be underselling exactly what this is. I would say this ring is sort of like when you buy a deck of cards and you specifically buy a deck of cards that handles well, is premium feeling, and will allow you and enable you to do better magic. That's what this ring is. There isn't any like slits, there's not any magnets, there's nothing happening with this ring. It is truly a real ring, and it is fully examinable. And if someone put this on, they would notice that it's easy to put on, but they wouldn't think there's anything to that. They'd be like, this is a ring. Yep, this is a ring. So it's fully examinable. So the fact that you're getting a modded ring, and then you're getting 5 of them, all for $30, with professional, beautiful instructionals, and it's all $30, that's a steal. And honestly, I'm actually sort of wondering what the catch is with this. I don't know if this is going to wear out over time. I've been using it for a week. I have really sweaty hands. I wash my hands a lot because it actually works better when you have drier skin compared to if you have a little bit of clammy hands. It'll stick to the skin. But I haven't noticed it wearing it out, and I've been putting in my hours with this. In the circle, Nadov says that he practices the one sleight over and over and over again, and he fiddles with the sleights when he's watching TV, and that's how I treat his sleights in the circle, and that's how I treat Aeon as well. Aeon. I practice the sleights when I'm just watching TV, or if I'm learning some new mentalism and I'm watching a DVD, I'm practicing the sleight. I feel like I'm killing 2 birds with 1 stone just by practicing the sleight and watching my other DVDs. My biggest recommendation when it comes to the instructionals is before you do anything, master the first sleight he gives you. If you master the first sleight he gives you, everything else will be a breeze. There's some stuff that is slightly different and will also take additional practice as well, but if you get the main sleight down, the rest will be a walk in the park. As soon as you purchase the rings, if you have a ring, I would recommend practicing the sleight as soon as you can. Just get the motion down. Just like in the circle. As long as you get the motion down, the rest of the ride is a breeze. So, for a ring that isn't all that gimmicked, but modded and custom made, the fact that you get 5 of them, the fact that it makes all your existing ring magic easier, the fact that the instructionals are just so well made and you're getting slow-mo walkthroughs on the quick sort of motions, all that for $30. I mean, they could have done this for $50, and I would say it'd still be worth it. All in all, if you want to expand your ring magic, if you want to take it to the next level, you want to learn some new routines, and you want something that makes everything easier on you, Aeon is definitely the way to go. And I would highly recommend purchasing the circle along with Aeon. They go so hand in hand, I can't even begin to explain how perfect they work together. Aeon picks up where Justin Miller's Divorce left off, and it allows you and enables you to show the spectator something again when they say, hey, do that again. When you do Justin Miller's divorce routine, if you're still doing it, and a spectator says, do it again, you can quite frankly do exactly what you did again and raise the stakes and show them something different without them realizing they're seeing something different. There's many, many reasons that I can gush about Aeon, but aside from everything that I've mentioned already, that's all you really need to know. I think this could have been marketed better. I think they could have said it wasn't necessarily a gimmick, more of a mod, more of a custom-made ring. I think they literally could have advertised it more, because I feel like this wasn't really given the advertisement it deserves. But this will be remembered along with Divorce for the years to come. And I can see other Magic retailers making their own frictionless designs as well. That's my review on Aeon. Aeon. Get that in your head. Aeon. That's my review on Aeon. Hope you enjoyed it. Can't wait to make more videos. Have a good one. Happy holidays. Happy New Year. Peace.